Hey, it's me and I'm back for another video. This time we're going to talk about a lot of stuff relating to the NBA. But first of all, we are finally near the restart of the season. It's been 4 months. It's been too long without any NBA basketball, but we are finally here. And we are only a few days away from the restart of the 2019-2020 NBA season. But first of all, I'm going to talk about the big news that was revealed today on the Philippine media. The NBA is back on Philippine television. One Sports, TV5 has announced the broadcasting deal between them and the National Basketball Association that will start on July 31st with the official start of the continuation of the 2019-2020 NBA season. So it's basically like this. TV5 will broadcast one weekend game per day. So one Saturday game, then one Sunday game, and then One Sports, which was previously, I think it was Action TV back in the day, will also broadcast the game on Mondays and Fridays. So it's basically your typical like free TV schedule back when it was still with Sports in Action. So one game each from Monday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you get, even if you don't have any cable television, you'll have 4 days of NBA action on free TV, which is already a plus from what we had before with CNN Philippines, which was only weekend games. And then they will have this additional, I think, a cable exclusive channel called the NBA TV Philippines. I think it's only just it is a successor from the NBA Premium HD back from Solar days. So it's great. It's great for Filipino fans to have basketball on TV again. I mean, I'm watching my games through League Pass, so I'm probably not gonna watch games through those TV channels. But it's great for those who have been clamoring for some NBA action on their television ever since the deal with Solar Entertainment was expired last October of 2019, and just in time, perfect timing for the start of the continuation of the season and the start of the seeding games. So it's just a great day to be an NBA fan, and it's probably like the best time right now. 4 months has been too long. I mean, I remember when the season got suspended on March 12th. I thought maybe the season will like stop in a month, and we'll get things back by like April and May, and then those weeks turned into months. But now it's a reality. Now it's gonna happen, and it's back on television, which is really great for NBA fans. So another thing, of course, we're gonna talk about the restart. So just to refresh in our memory, so there will be 8 seeding games per team at the start of the seeding games. 8 games per team. It will determine the seeding. That's why it's called the seeding games, and it also determine on those last few spots on who's gonna make it to the playoffs. I mean, in looking at the standings right now in the West, the first 7 slots are pretty much guaranteed. But that battle for that 8th and final spot, it's something to look out for. It is something we should watch as the seeding games go along. So right now the Grizzlies are the 8th seed, and the Portland Trail Blazers are 3.5 games behind the Memphis Grizzlies. The Pelicans are just right along Portland, and also Sacramento, San Antonio. Phoenix is pretty much far back, but they can still have the chance. That's why they're included in this bubble. So at the end of the 18 games, if the 9th seed, so this is just only taking the 9th seed, if the 9th seed is 4 games within 4 games of the number 8 seed, there will be a play-in tournament. It's only basically the 8th seed having the twice to beat advantage over the 9th seed, meaning the 8th seed only have to beat the number 9 seed once in order to solidify their playoff positioning, and the 9th seed will have to beat the 8th seed twice in order to snatch their playoff positioning, and they'll be the ones who's going to be the 8th seed, who's going to get that last playoff spot and face the number 1 seed in the best of 7 first round series. Let's go over to the East. Again, pretty much the number 1 seed is pretty much locked up by the Milwaukee Bucks. 2 to 3, there's still going to be a battle there between the Celtics and the Raptors. Then 4, 5, 6 also, they are intertwined with each other. Teams can still change seeds as the seeding games go along. Right now the Heat, I think, is the number 4, and then the Indiana Pacers is the number 5, and then the Sixers is the number 6 seed. And then 7 through 9, the 3 teams left, which is the Nets, the Magic, and the Wizards, they're gonna fight for those seeds as well. Although the Wizards, they are pretty much far back, and with the absence of Bradley Beal and John Wall, and also Davis Bertans, that's gonna be difficult for the Wizards to catch up. But may kasabihan, bilog ang bola, anything can still happen, because this is an unprecedented situation. Like, there's no home court advantage. Things can go crazy. Players are just trying to get back into shape with the scrimmage games that is happening right now. So anything can still happen. Anything is possible, as Kevin Garnett once said. So in the East, the Magic and the Nets, they're within games of each other for that 7th seed. And if I'm one of those teams, I'd rather be the number 7 than the number 8. Because if I'm the 8, I'll get the Bucks. And the Bucks is probably the best team in the league right now. So that's gonna be trouble. But if I'm the 7th seed, I'll either get the Raptors or the Celtics. At least you can snatch a game. At least you can make it a series. Unlike if you face the Bucks. So the Nets and the Magic, their goal right now is to pretty much solidify their playoff positioning. The Wizards, their goal right now is to at least be 4 games within whoever is the number 8 seed and force that play-in series. But I don't have much faith on the Wizards, if I'm being honest. They are again without their 2 best players, Wall and Beal, and then Bertans is also a big loss as well. So they're pretty much being led by Rui Hachimura and Thomas Bryant right now. If this will be Rui Hachimura's breakout moment, maybe they can do some stuff. But other than that, no way. There's not gonna be any play-in series, I think, in the East. In the West, maybe the Pelicans, which have an easier schedule than the Portland Trailblazers. But the Trailblazers, watching them during the scrimmage, they're looking good right now. Nurkic is back and he's healthy, and he could do some damage. He can play the spoilers for some of these teams. And I watched the game earlier against the Raptors. He looked good, and I mean he looked like what he was last season when he broke his leg and missed the rest of the playoffs. But the Portland is a dark horse, I think, and teams should watch out honestly for the Portland Trailblazers. Do I think they're gonna upset the Lakers? Not really, but they can make some noise, and it's Dame time. Every Dame time is a must watch. So after the 8 seeding games and after the play-in series, if there will be any, it will be pretty much the standard playoff format. East, West, 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, 3 versus 6, 4 versus 5, and but the only difference here is there's not going to be any crowd. There's not going to be any audience. It's going to be the players alone. They're gonna be much focused, I think, in my opinion. And looking at the set right now, looking at the setting, it's really visually appealing. Like, I thought the absence of a crowd would be an issue, but during the first day, like, I didn't mind the absence of a crowd. Like you're into the game, you didn't mind not having an audience. Like it was just basketball. It was of pure basketball that I think fans are gonna love. I mean, I'm a diehard fan. Like I don't care if there's a crowd. I don't care if there's any extra stuff there. As long as they're basketball, I'm good. So this is gonna be an exciting time to be a fan. There's an unpredictability element because there are no home court advantage, and these players, they took a lot of time off, so the momentum is gone. So everything starts at the same level. Like of course they're gonna carry over the records, but once the playoff starts, those records, they're not gonna matter anymore because there's no home court advantage. All that matters in the seeding games is the matchups. Because I believe having the right matchups can lead you into success. I mean, let's take for example last year. Do we believe that the Portland Trail Blazers are like the second best team in the West? No, they're not. They're not the second best team in the West. But the matchups made it possible for them to avoid Golden State or Houston till the Western Conference Finals, and they just did. They made sure to take care of business against the Thunder, and then took the Nuggets to 7 games when CJ McCollum had the game of his life. So that's just an example of what I'm talking about. The home court doesn't matter, but matchups do. And if I'm one of the like 2 to 3 teams in the, like, let's take East for example. If I'm the Raptors, I would do everything that I can in the seeding games to hold on to that number 2 seed. Because if the Raptors fall off to like number 3, they'll get the Sixers in the first round. If the playoff starts right now. Or either you'll get the Pacers or you'll get the Heat. So I don't want my first round matchup to be one of those teams, because we all know those teams, they're going to bring it. Especially Miami. Miami's a dark horse again to all of this. They can prove that they can beat anyone. They can beat anyone, anytime, any place. If I'm the Raptors, I'm gonna do everything that I can to avoid all those teams at least in the first round, and then the second round I make sure to avoid the Bucks, who is the number 1 seed, in order to maybe face them in the Eastern Conference Finals. Same thing with the Celtics. If I'm the Celtics, I am looking at this as the opportunity to go up to the number 2 seed, because again, if I'm the number 2 seed, I'll face either the Magic, the Wizards, or the Nets, which is far better if you beat the number 3 seed, and you'll face either the Magic, either the Heat, the Pacers, or the 76ers. I mean, to be fair, the Pacers are so depleted right now. Domantas Sabonis just left the bubble to consult on his injury, which is pretty severe. So yeah, but I still don't want to face the Pacers. I'd rather face the Magic rather than the Pacers. So that's the interesting thing that will happen in this bubble. That's the interesting narratives to watch out for. I mean, in the West, the Lakers pretty much locked up the number 1 seed. So I think the Clippers, they have pretty much solidified their seed as well. So again, that jumble between the number 3, the number 4, number 5, and the number 6. Oh no, I think who's the number 6 team? Yeah, that's the Rockets. So there's still like uncertainty on who's gonna match up in the first round. So I'm just happy to have basketball back. At least there's a sense of normalcy to have NBA basketball back. And I'm sure all of the fans, they're happy too. They're ecstatic to at least have that normal routine of watching NBA games back. So here's a bold prediction. Who I think is going to win the NBA championship this year? Lakers in 6 over the Bucks. You heard it here first. If that happens, make sure to come back here, because I said it. Lakers in 6. I am that confident in LeBron James and Anthony Davis that they can bring title number 17 to the Lakers, to the purple and gold. Purple and gold represent, baby. So that's it for this video. If you have anything to say, any comments, any suggestions, any predictions that you have, you can always hit me in the comment section. I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day. Stay safe and peace.